This CD contains the opinions and thoughts of certain independent sales directors. The information shared with you by these individuals are their own ideas and strategies regarding the cultivation of a successful independent Mary Kay business. The independent sales directors hope that you find something in this CD to inspire you and to help you succeed in your own independent Mary Kay business. Naturally, your personal results may vary depending on the time and effort you choose to invest in your Mary Kay business. As with any business opportunity, various factors may affect the financial results that are achieved in your Mary Kay business. Therefore, there are no guarantees regarding same.
Mary Kay gave us this quote: "Nothing great is ever achieved without enthusiasm." It's easy to be enthusiastic when everything is going smoothly. But the real test of one's character is to maintain enthusiasm even under diverse conditions. Independent Senior National Sales Director Kathy Helou shares how to be enthusiastic regardless of the conditions and how it will positively influence and affect everyone around you and your business. The passionate enthusiasm that you show each and every day is contagious, and others will be drawn to it. Enjoy listening on how enthusiasm moves mountains.
Mary Kay gave us this quote: "Nothing great is ever achieved without enthusiasm." That was from Mary Kay herself. She reminds us that it's easy to be enthusiastic when everything is going smoothly, but the real test of one's character is to maintain enthusiasm even under adverse conditions. So our goal this morning is to encourage you to dream and think big and become an enthusiastic person. And sometimes we don't always feel enthusiastic, but one of Mary Kay's very favorite quotes that all I have to say is the first word, and I know you will finish the rest: fake it. Right, fake it till you make it. Mary Kay used to say that, and my head has always told me that when I begin the task at hand and I begin actually the work that I'm about to do, then the enthusiasm kicks in. You know, inspiration is caused by perspiration. You know, that's first. You know, you start working first, and then you become inspired. So one of the keys to being enthusiastic in good and not so good times is to always look at the long-range picture. I'm never looking at just today or the scoreboard this month or the quarter, this first quarter, this second quarter. I'm looking at long range, and I said yes to my Mary Kay opportunity for a lifetime, not a season. Have you said yes for a lifetime and not a season? Because that's what it takes. And it seems to be a rock-solid foundation and a mindset to build a business rather than sprout one, success overnight with this microwave mentality that so many people have. We get people in and they just want this instant success, and when they don't have it, they just move on to something else. And so too many times we see beauty consultants looking for instant results, and they put themselves under these unrealistic deadlines for success, or else they're gone, thinking this is not for them, which is why we talk a lot about saying yes for a lifetime, not a season. These women who leave and exit so quickly, they didn't even get a chance to dream. They didn't get a chance to develop their skills or even grow through any challenges. So when you enthusiastically instill saying yes for a lifetime and a journey of building a business that will weather all the storms and seasons of your life, then they look at this differently as a viable business. So the independent beauty consultants that we are privileged to lead will watch your enthusiasm barometer. Write that down. What does your enthusiasm barometer look like when the unit just doesn't quite finish the month the way you projected? Or when you just fell short this quarter of your pink Cadillac? Or the star event that you thought was so the bomb didn't have quite the attendance that you anticipated? Or your DIQ fell in and out of qualification 3 times and you just want to say, go away? That, my friends, is when we do need to have this enthusiasm for the business, not for the loss of, the success, but the enthusiasm for the overall business and what we believe, and always be able to share the silver lining around the clouds of disappointment. Always look at the silver lining, because there's always going to be a cloud of disappointment, but there's always a blessing somewhere if you're looking for it. But let me just say this to you. When the leader is negative, it's over. You might as well go, brr, brr, brr. It's over. It is over when the leader is negative, trust me. So we always need to be future-focused and enthusiastic in our own style. Remember this, quote, "What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you're saying." I remember Mary Kay always saying that enthusiasm at its root is a Greek word it means God within. And she also used to say the last 4 letters of enthusiasm are IASM, and that's an acronym for I am sold myself. You may be saying to yourself that you're not naturally an enthusiastic person, but I believe that there are outwardly excited people like myself, and there are inwardly excited and enthusiastic people. There are people that are just as enthusiastic as I am. They're just bursting inside, and people can see it in their eyes. They can see it in the way they look at people, the way they squeeze their shoulders when they talk to beauty consultants, squeeze their wrists, look in their eyes and say, I know you can do it. This business works with that kind of quiet inside enthusiasm, and I love the way Mary Kay works right alongside the different personalities. But I want you to know that we're going to talk about tools this morning, and probably enthusiasm is the most powerful weapon in your success arsenal. Enthusiasm is the most powerful weapon in your success arsenal. It has truly proven to move mountains. The person who's enthusiastic has this magnetic influence over those with whom he or she comes in contact. And I see it inside the Mary Kay world, and I see enthusiastic people outside the Mary Kay world, and you see other people fluttering around them, don't you? You can just see a person who's got that magnetic attraction. And so it also is shown in the way you carry yourself. The smile that you wear on your face. And oh, by the way, if you're enthusiastic and happy, alert your face. It truly shows when you interact with people. It truly shows. And nodding your head, and looking at people when you're talking to them, that shows, and if you're not feeling very enthusiastic, try waking up in the morning and putting on some great music that makes you feel happy. Your great music may be country music. Your great music may be smooth jazz or, the 60s, 70s, and 80s that you can get on that Sirius radio. Or maybe, like in my case, I carry a portable CD player with me, and this morning when my daughter and I were getting our makeup on, the first thing I did is put on praise music because it makes me happy. It makes my spirit soar. It makes myself get centered for the day, and it makes me feel grateful and filled with gratitude no matter what I'm facing when I wake up. And so I look at my work as a privilege. I don't look at my work as, I got to work today. I got to book a show. I look at it as a privilege. There are so many people who are unemployed that would love to look at a booking and would love to go out and meet someone and would love to carry their on-the-go tote bag and would love to interact with somebody at Starbucks and share with them the marketing plan. And I think today, in this economy, when people are fearful that they might go to work and get a big pink slip, think about what we have to look forward to. And to me, that's enough to be enthusiastic about every single day. I am constantly sharing with beauty consultants how excited and enthusiastic I am about the many career cars that are earned in Mary Kay every single month. Women are still achieving top sales director trips. They're still picking up the keys. What is not to be enthusiastic about? I mean, that's just incredible. So I'm in a constant state of celebration over the amazing work of the company. And also, this is another thing I talk about, the Mary Kay Ash Charitable Foundation and how they target funds for the research of cancers affecting women and the domestic violence efforts. We talk more about the foundation before a career coffee, before a skincare class. We talk about that. That is part of the natural DNA of our skincare class. I hope it is for you. I share it at my success meetings, on my conference calls, in my travels to be with area sales directors, chatting with customers and prospects to talk about the purpose underneath the pink. Let's talk about the purpose underneath the pink, because women are cause-driven. They are mission-minded. They like to be involved in a company that's charitable, a company that has, something beneath it besides just surface things. And when you tell them that Mary Kay is all about enriching the lives of women through an amazing product and a premier opportunity, they are excited. I remind them that we don't test on animals, that we are pink doing green. I talk about the recycling efforts of the company and that we're transitioning, when we transition new products in, we We go the extra mile. Those are things that are passionate in my heart to talk about. Those are things that resonate with women sitting around the table. I remember when our daughter Jordan was going through DIQ, and I remember her going up to the hills in Asheville, and these women were not interested in this cute little girl trying to sell them skincare. And the moment she said we don't test on animals, all of them bought Miracle Set skincare. All of them. And they were women that said, we are not buying, we are only doing this as a favor. So you have no idea what will trigger a response in a woman, and it's all about the mission and how rock solid we are in just all of our efforts, to do the right thing. I think that's important. And when I say all those things, I go, wow, those are just some of the reasons why I'm proud and enthusiastically sharing Mary Kay with everyone and encouraging beauty consultants with knowledge like this. That, my friends, is another piece of weaponry in the arsenal of success, is the knowledge about the greatness of what a company represents besides skincare. You should be talking about that. It should roll off your tongue every single Monday night because customers need to hear it and consultants need to hear it. Pride in the company, no matter what the season of life. And our product. Okay, let's talk about product. Second to none. And our customers are choosing Mary Kay as their product of choice. We have state-of-the-art products, mouth-watering minerals and amazing shades for the face and the eyes and the cheeks. I am always excited about the product. 27 years later, I'm still excited about the Mary Kay products. 27 years later, I'm still excited about new color and something to share with consultants and sales directors. I'm like a kid in a candy store. Are you that excited about the product? You see, enthusiasm does move mountains. If I talk about it, they're ordering it. They haven't even seen it, but because I'm excited about it, I tell them it's mouth-watering, they're ordering it. They don't need to see it, they're ordering it. And guess what? Enthusiasm moves mountains, it gets bookings, it attracts others to want to be part of an exciting team that is setting goals and thinking big. That is key, setting goals and thinking big. When I leave my home, I'm armed with another weapon in my success arsenal, and that is my on-the-go tote. I am always with my on-the-go tote as a national sales director. Why in the world would anyone ever leave their home without this amazing tool? What is it that draws you into a store? You're walking around. What do you do? What draws you into a store? What is it? In most cases, it's the window dressing. Aren't you window shoppers? If you see something attractive in the window, you are right in that store looking to see where that thing is merchandised, aren't you? Okay, well, let me tell you this. You have a store window. Your Mary Kay lookbook, if you look at your window in there as a store window, you're going to attract people to you. So, what is your on-the-go tote store window looking like today? What do you have displayed in your window? I have actually run into beauty consultants and sales directors who have a on-the-go tote bag with no lookbook in the window. That would not make me want to shop in her store. I have to tell you that. It doesn't send a very enthusiastic message, does it? Some have outdated lookbooks or ones that are not crisp and clean. They look worn out and used. What does your tote bag in its window have to draw other people to your Mary Kay business? My tote bag in its window has a display tray filled of my favorite mineral powder eyeshadows, mineral powder cheek colors, bronzer minerals, and then on the top of it has my favorite shades of lipstick standing on top, all lined up like soldiers in plastic caps so you can see the color. Then standing on the shoulders of those soldiers are all the lip glosses, and so you can actually see beautiful colors, mouth-watering colors, real product live in my on-the-go tote bag because that's my display window, and I'm serious about it. In our area, we had a challenge to put together a display window in our on-the-go tote bags, and you wouldn't believe the fun pictures that I got of people that sent their tote bag pictures, their window displays. One sales director was so excited about the idea that she had the beauty consultants in the unit doing it. She was sending me pictures to show me how creative they were. As a sales director, the way you can show your unit how much you love this product and how much you enjoy this business is creating your own store window and leading by example. They will always follow your lead. Remember, what you do speaks so loudly that cannot hear what you say. So when I run into beauty consultants and sales directors that I've never met and they see my tote bag with me, they go, wow, there's a national sales director carrying an on-the-go tote bag. I carry to my Bible study on Tuesday mornings, on my errands, to Starbucks, wherever I go, it just sits there. Now, at your success meetings, one of the greatest places to display enthusiasm for how much you enjoy your business is to open your meeting and you share, as the sales director, what your beauty consultant's part of the business was like. I'm going to give you an example. You're my sales meeting this week, and I'm opening up. Oh my gosh, good evening. Happy Tuesday night live to all of you. I'm so happy that so many of you showed up tonight. Wow, this is a great meeting. I hope you all had an amazing week filled with opportunity. That's what I always say. I hope you all had an amazing week filled with opportunity. Gosh, I've loved this business for many years. Now remember, I'm giving this speech because I have beauty consultants I want to motivate that are new, that are old. I have guests that are sitting there. I have people checking out the opportunity. So this is what I do every week. You know how you have a great week and you say, oh, I don't want to crow because it doesn't make me look humble? I'm teaching you how to crow humbly to let them know how enthusiastic you still are about the beauty consultants part of your business. So happy to see so many of you. I hope you all had an amazing week filled with opportunity. Gosh, I have loved this business for many years, and this week was no exception. I'd love to share with you that several of my customers were ready to reorder their products, and I so love that we sell a consumable product. Marketing point to guest. I know many of you are going to share with me that you experienced reorders because you've been building your businesses and creating wonderful experiences for your customers who are loyal and buying from you. What am I saying? I'm doing so much marketing plan right now, it's not funny. It's in my first paragraph. Those of you who are new to this have so much to look forward to. I also had the privilege of partnering with two awesome hostesses this week and helped them earn the most free product through a couple of parties. One was a mineral powder and microdermabrasion, where the ladies took over $300 home to continue pampering themselves. And the other was a color insider party, and when the sales came in at $400, my new friend and hostess Susie accepted my offer to be my guest tonight to check this thing out. Susie, would you stand up? Thank you for that $400 Color Insider party that you hosted. I'm so glad you got lots of free product. Would you give my hostess Susie a round of applause? Susie, I'm so thrilled that you get to see another aspect of the Mary Kay business and meet some of the wonderful and enthusiastic consultants in our unit. I will bring you up with a formal introduction when we meet all the other wonderful guests in just a minute. Now, that was a whole lot covered in a beginning opening statement. That's how I opened up every one of my success meetings, and some of you are here that were in my unit. I have been a national sales director 15 years, but I held 2 meetings every single week. And that's how I opened up, always crowing about my own personal week, which is why I was able to make Court of Sales 12 consecutive years before I became a national. It was part of my DNA. It's very challenging to tell somebody to do something that you yourself are unwilling to do. And that's not bragging, it's just encouraging them to look at every part of this business and where do we get the greatest percentage on our return is at a skincare class, a 50% profit. Where do we find the most prospective people that want to be beauty consultants that have watched a skincare class be held at the classes that we're holding? So I continue on. This is still my paragraph. So, my friends, you can see, even as a sales director, we're able to continue building our wonderful clientele and the benefits of that, the aspect of the marketing plan. My husband Daniel was so excited when I shared that my personal week was $1,025. I love this business. So let's see who opened the doors to their Mary Kay businesses this week. That's how I lead into them crowing. So that's what I do, and I share this example with you because I think it's a critical component for the beauty consultants in the unit to know that you are leading from a platform of performance versus a platform of expectation. They are inspired by your work. You know they're inspired by your work. You're inspired by your work. We are less likely to buy their excuses that nobody wants to book or buy if we are out there hosting parties every single week. So that's also the reason why they jumped on board your train and that they supported a unit, because you were enthusiastically embracing a goal, an on-purpose goal. Do you have an on-purpose goal? I don't want you to have a goal that you're just falling into. And when you breathe belief into the women you lead, they can move mountains. It will be a ground swell in your unit, my friends. I remember when my offspring national sales director, Phyllis Sammons, was in my unit and a brand new consultant working a full-time position along with trying to get her business going. I was in Ohio trying to mentor her. She was in Texas. She had all kinds of time constraints to navigate around, but she did. When she was dormant and really not doing anything, I would still call her every week and she'd say, Kathy, you believed in me when there was no evidence on paper. You believed in me when there was no evidence on paper. How enthusiastically are you believing in the beauty consultants and their capabilities even when there's no evidence on paper? I would much rather work with someone with an enthusiastic attitude, which Phyllis did have, than a great aptitude. You see, enthusiasm can move mountains, and the rest of that story is in Phyllis's first year as a sales director. She came to month 11, her first year, and she called me up on June 1st and said, Kathy, do you believe that I could do the top sales director trip? And I said, Phyllis, my question to you is, do you believe you can do the top sales director trip? And I said, well, of course, you know, Phyllis, I believe that when you set your mind to something and you create a groundswell of enthusiasm with people and you work with people in your unit, I believe that you can do it. And indeed, she did. She did. She took her husband, Paul, on that top sales director trip that first year. Are you pouring an enthusiastic, can-do attitude into the hearts and minds of the consultants that you lead? Just ask yourself that. How encouraging am I? Or do I look at them so disappointed because they're telling me one thing and the same thing? They turn in a no weekly accomplishment sheet. They show up late. You know, still believe in them and just say, if you could just change a few things, and if I would get your permission to tell you what they are, I think we could move mountains. Amazing things could happen. So enthusiasm is a powerful fuel for the engine of growth. It is a powerful fuel for the engine of growth. It's amazing how a group of enthusiastic women can create a powerful force called momentum. If I would have told that group, you have to do 147,000 wholesale in the month of June, that would have been saying, no way, they could not have moved that mountain. But when I told that same group of women that Mary Kay deposited this amazing idea in my mind at a top sales director trip dinner in London and told me she believed that our unit, the leading ladies, could be the very first unit that could make history in Mary Kay, that, my friends, was a powerful force and a goal that they could all play a part of and embrace, and they did. So where do you need to unleash enthusiasm? Write that down. Where do I need to unleash enthusiasm? Where do I need to start thinking big and leaving everything else behind? Like doubt. You doubt, you go without. Like fear. Face the fear and do it anyway. And negative thinking and replace it with positive thinking, positive thoughts. No one is served well by a leader who is a small thinker or negative. No one is served well. No one. No matter what the size of the unit is today, lest we never forget that a tiny acorn is the genesis of a ginormous oak tree. How in the world did an acorn create a ginormous oak tree where so many birds go for protection and food and coverage and, you know, you're building a tree. And so if your unit looks like an acorn, think about Mary Kay. Her acorn was 9 independent beauty consultants. That was her acorn and herself, but big thinking, possibility thinking. She had no trailblazers before her. She had no one that she was following their blueprint. She was creating the blueprint. You're creating the blueprint, but you know that a legacy of leaders has gone before you. So you can enthusiastically set any goal, and you can make it happen. So what can big thinking and enthusiasm be the genesis for the future of the beauty consultants in the unit that you are privileged to lead? What is it? It all starts with your thinking. You are the visionary. You are the visionary. Mary Kay once said the greatest pollution we face today is that of negative thinking. That is pollution. Your enthusiasm for what you do will propel you forward. I thank Mary Kay for completely teaching me what PMA is. I never knew the terminology PMA, positive mental attitude, but I promise you, my friends, it has been the most influential gift ever deposited in my life of something another human being could deposit into my life. I want you to know that. How many Kathy Helous are in the outside world just waiting for you to deposit this gift of influence into their life? You know, I am filled with gratitude for the Mary Kay way of life. It's easy to be enthusiastic when you are grateful, no matter what the season of life. I lost my brother on August 24th. He's my twin brother. We're 11 months apart. We were both born the same year. It was the hardest loss of my life. I lost my grandmother 10 days later, and while we were in Toledo, my sister was having a double mastectomy at 40 years of age in Atlanta, Georgia. I've had a season of life, but I'm going to tell you something. If I did not have the love and support of my Mary Kay family, who came to my brother's funeral, who just hugged me and didn't have to say a doggone thing, they're in this room, the gals that supported me. I just want you to know, I love this business. I'm so grateful for my Mary Kay family. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. It's very easy for me to be excited. I probably could tell you that I would have crawled up in a hole somewhere if I were a corporate America employee, because nobody would be talking about what happened in my life over the last 5 months. And since I've been here, I've been embraced by nothing but more love from my sister nationals and my own area members. So I just want you to know, it doesn't matter what the season of life. Be grateful for your Mary Kay business. You will never find a family like this on the face of the earth. I want you to know that when enthusiasm becomes your way of life, you'll be poised for explosive growth. And you may want to consider creating a mentoring system among the beauty consultants you lead. I had to create a mentoring system. When we experience rapid growth, and you can experience rapid growth too, when you become enthusiastic and just get your arms around a few people, you may want to suggest to the brand new consultants and even encourage, partner them up with those who have excellent skills in booking, those who are excellent in your unit at holding a skincare class, those who are excellent at sharing the marketing and information with others, those that are excellent with customer service and that others wish to learn from, because you're creating a mentoring system among their peers, and it's amazing how strong it grows. Those who are teaching the new beauty consultants, the new learners. You know what that's like when somebody's encouraging another person and they're learning, you guys. You're positioning that one who's mentoring the new one for leadership positions in the unit and showing your confidence in their abilities. It's quite nice to have Susie, who's excellent at holding skincare classes, taking new beauty consultants with her to observe her, isn't it? She's holding the best class she ever held because someone is observing her. She's feeling like a leader. So enthusiasm for the business creates that bond. It fosters relationships and it builds the confidence in newfound skills. It's a win-win situation. This sets you up to have a conversation with your mentors in your unit to enthusiastically inspire them to take the next step. Are you talking to people and saying, what's your next step? Jordan, oh my gosh, I couldn't help but notice that they're standing in line to watch you do a skincare class. I don't know, but you look like a director in the making to me. Say things like that. You have no idea the power of your words. And I say, Jordan, thank you so much for being a leader in this unit. Thank you for unselfishly giving of yourself and encouraging others in their new business by letting them observe your excellent skincare class. I can't thank you enough. I can see you doing the very same thing, Jordan, with the unit. I can see you building from all of the consistent classes that you've got booked. I'll bet you're securing 2 or more bookings at every class, aren't you? You see, Mary Kay said, you inspire people to be the way you want them to become. And I'll say, Jordan, you've got the party train going, girl. And I got that phrase from Lynn Huckles, who's in this class. She says, get on the party train. Play some good music and say, who's on the party train? Let's get on the party train here in our unit. And let's get with an on-purpose goal. I can see you, Lynn, getting on stage in 6 months with your first victory in the court of sales. I can see you, Jordan, at the 4 Quarter Star Luncheon and Shirley at the Moving On Up Luncheon. You have figured out that the genesis of everything you could want stems from your Mary Kay skincare classes. Congratulations. Do you see all the training wrapped up in 3 little sentences like that? Every big movement that happens at your unit begins with a thought. The thoughts that you think become words out of your mouth. The words become the action plan, and then you sprinkle enthusiasm into the whole mix, and you become a bigger thinker with an on-purpose goal. Throughout all of the success meetings and the conference calls that I lead, everything is always built around the sharing of the product on the call and at the success meeting, and sharing of the opportunity with a grateful and enthusiastic attitude. It's been said that attitudes are contagious. My question to you, is yours worth catching? That's a pretty profound question. Do people want to be in your space? Are they excited to be around you? Do you encourage them and lift them up with your words? Do you breathe belief into their world? Do you find them doing things right and go over immediately and say, wow, what you just did was amazing, amazing? Do you know that your words matter to your consultants? Words, they matter to your offspring sales directors. Words can be used as a construction site to build other people up or a demolition site to tear people down. Be ever so careful with your words, because we can never, ever take them back. Learn to listen, slow to speak, count to 10, so you can always sandwich any criticism between 2 layers of praise, as Mary Kay always did. Are you the person others will gladly and confidently follow? When we follow Mary Kay's basic principle and rule of doing unto others as we would have them do unto us, this business model of leadership works because it's countercultural to most business environments. A lesson that I've caught is that women will follow someone who is inspired by working, they're passionate and enthusiastic about their goals and opportunities, as well as reacting in a positive way to the challenges. Remember, finding the silver lining around the cloud of disappointment. They're watching you more when you don't reach that goal than when you're enthusiastically embracing a victory. It's a lifelong learning curve, and it's never dull as a sales director, is it? So why be anything but enthusiastic and charismatic? That has its place in the valleys as well as the peaks of life. Whenever we're faced with a challenge, it's an opportunity for growth and change. Just say that. I'm going to grow and change through this challenge. We're going to navigate through all kinds of storms in our lives, and we choose to see that silver lining in the lessons that we learn and not the clouds that shut us down. I've often said we're either in a crisis, we've just come out of a crisis, or we are heading into a crisis. That, my friends, is called life. It is the game of life. Resistance is a positive thing. What do you think keeps big airplanes in the air? Resistance underneath the wings keeps them flying. Resistance is what keeps us sharp and learning and growing and sharing with the beauty consultants we lead to say, I know how you feel. I felt the same way when 10 classes booked in the same day. But guess what I found? My PCP people were never happier. I reached 30 of them that day. Think about it. Feel, felt, found. We need to share with them there's always a way over, under, around, or through every lesson. We keep the lesson, we throw away the experience. Charisma is another word. It's a learned skill that we can practice. We can transfer charisma to others along the way. We can help teach our consultants to have the charisma component by role-playing significant pieces of the Mary Kay puzzle to help them team build. Now, I'm going to teach you this. What I mean by that is how to effectively share their I story at every facial or party. You're going to see your unit have explosive growth if you can get this one nailed down. In the area that I'm privileged to lead, we have what we call the I story, the now story, and the future story. Let me give you an example of how you can create this. I'm going to share with you how I teach the consultants in my area, how it happens. I'm in a skincare class, and you're all in my class. Thanks for being here today. Wow, it was great to go around the room and learn a little bit more about each one of you here at the class today and how you know the hostess. And if you would just indulge me for just a moment, I'd love to share with you that 27 years ago I began this business as a woman who worked in corporate America for a Fortune 100 company. I was married with no children, but struggling with an eating disorder, low self-esteem, and I was on a leave of absence from my job for a year on antidepressants. Wow, it's hard for me today to imagine that person was me, because since I've been in the Mary Kay environment, it's been an incredible arena of learning and growing, of friendship and love, and many, many pink Cadillacs, and the gift of 2 beautiful daughters throughout the course of my business. I've just done the before, the now, and I'm daily thankful for the future outlook of Mary Kay and my business as a national sales director and the opportunity to continue to encourage women and mentor them in building a business that works beautifully while building a family and another life. And so I always teach them to help your consultants construct a simple paragraph of who they were before Mary Kay. That's their I story. Of who they are becoming and the growth they've experienced thus far. That's their now story, and where they're going with this story, because that's their positive affirmation, their future story. This will be another great weapon in their arsenal of team building and becoming more and more aware of how life-changing and transformational a business with Mary Kay can be when they've said yes for a lifetime, not just a season. Each time they share their I story, their now story, and their future story, they're becoming more and more enthusiastic about all that they know that's happened in their life. You are just keeping a unit member, retention, you guys. They're stating out loud, they're verbalizing their future of earning a car or getting into a red jacket or leaving corporate America. Do you know you're empowering them? And that kind of a teaching to those beauty consultants will multiply your unit, multiply their confidence. But I want to just share with you, there's no better example of a woman who has charisma oozing out of every pore of her body and enthusiastically embraces life and all of its challenges is Rena Tarbett. Rena Tarbett Emeriti. But Rena is a walking miracle, and she has inspired so many of us to courageously walk through every day with an attitude of gratitude. Do you know anybody that's been through more that has more of an incredible attitude of gratitude? To me, Rena embodies all the fruits of the Spirit and has been an example for over 30 years, almost 40 years, to thousands and thousands of women. Mary Kay said enthusiasm is not just contagious, it spreads like wildfire. Imagine a little teeny match can light and ignite a forest fire. One excited sales director can ignite a beauty consultant. One excited sales director and one excited beauty consultant can ignite an entire unit. It spreads like wildfire. How are you spreading enthusiasm? Let's look at a couple of areas where we could spread enthusiasm like wildfire and see a tremendous return on the investment. Are you ready? Number 1, and this is what you can teach your consultants, do your product deliveries display enthusiasm. You're probably thinking, is she kidding me? Do your product deliveries display the enthusiasm that you have in your business. I'm a woman, and maybe you're a woman like me, who appreciates beautifully wrapped gifts. I love amazing service. I'm a princess. I love the experience of shopping. I will inevitably shop at Nordstrom's to feel good, because when I walk in there, it looks uncluttered, it looks clean. I love the piano. I look at the pretty people. I watch the first-class sales consultants. I have a coffee in their shop, and I have to buy a package because I like the way they wrap it in tissue, put a silver seal on it, and place it carefully in the bag, and hand me this heavy-duty Nordstrom's bag with these nice cord handles that I carry with me the rest of my shopping experience, so everybody knows that I have been to Nordstrom's. Okay, so let me ask you this. Are you creating a signature experience for your clientele that would be head and shoulders above all others and make them uniquely choose you because of your tissue paper, your samplers, your colored marker, your handwritten note on the sales ticket, tucked right inside a brand new lookbook in an envelope with a piece of tulle on the handle or somewhere in the wrapped reorder, sprayed lightly with your favorite fragrance? The same treatment goes for reorders that I mail out. Same treatment. People love to get a package from me. What shows that you are enthusiastic about your desire to keep them as happy clients? What special perks do you display in your reorders? What special perks and reorders and beautifully wrapped things do you take to your success meeting to show beauty consultants what it should look like when it's mailed out, what it should look like when it's handed to that person or delivered to an office with a special balloon? If you're making an office delivery, talk about creating a stir. Do you enthusiastically conduct follow-up calls with beauty consultants and customers? Have you ever thought of inviting a beauty consultant with a desire to learn to have a chair right next to you and listen as you make follow-up phone calls or preferred customer program calls? Every January, I like to encourage the beauty consultants and the sales directors in our area to do customer appreciation calls. They're doing them this month, to call every single customer and do what I call a full circle customer service call. Now, it has several components and it's delivered very enthusiastically. But before I deliver and share with you what the call is like, I want to say this to you. People hear when you're smiling on the phone. I'm going to tell you something, a story. My daughter Jordan was 5 years old. I was traveling one night, and she had made a picture for me from kindergarten. And when I called my husband that night to talk to both the girls and say hello to them, because I was staying overnight with a future director, my daughter Jordan, I said, "Oh my gosh, it's so good to hear your voice. Always smile when you talk to your kids. You know how you just smile? You just love them so much you smile." And I said, "Jordan, I can see you smiling." Because she was talking, and I knew she was smiling. You could tell when their mouth was wide open. And I said, "Jordan, I can see you smiling." And she said, and of course, Daniel was videotaping. He always videotapes the kids. And she said, "Dad," like this, "Dad, Mom can see me. She sees me smiling right now. Get the big picture that I made for her today. I want to show it to her." And she held it up to the phone. Because I taught them to be excited and enthusiastic. Is that so sweet? Your kids can hear your smile. Beauty consultants can hear your smile. Your customers can hear your smile. That displays enthusiasm. It totally does. So if you're calling your customers, like, here's what I would do. It's January 1st, and I would say, okay, let me see Casey down there in the front row. I'd say, "Casey, hi, this is Kathy Helou. Happy New Year. I am just so thankful to catch you, even on the fly. Happy New Year, and I just want you to know that I am just committed to the best possible customer service for my clientele this year. And I just want you to know, Casey, I appreciate you. You've been such an amazing customer of mine. And so I've got a sale. You better hang on to your pocketbook. This one might hurt." Funny stuff like that. And I'll say, "Casey, you know, you've been purchasing from me for 3 years and 5 months, and if I just totaled up everything you purchased, it might just knock you right off your seat. So I decided, because I'm appreciating all my great customers, I want to offer you a sale. Would 20% sound really good to you right now?" And Casey goes, "Yeah." And I say, "Well, then I'm going to give you 25 because you're the and then some customer. What is it that you would need to replenish right now? 25% discount right now, just because I'm appreciating you and thanking you for your loyalty to my business and to the Mary Kay product line. And oh my gosh, wait till you see the spring lineup. You're not even going to believe it. I'd love to get together with you. You know, it's been a while since we had a makeover." So the next point is, after you appreciate her, number 2, you offer her a sale that she can't refuse on her favorite products. You create the sale, tell her to hold on to her pocketbook. Then the next thing you do is you offer to get together for a New Year makeover to see maybe the new mineral powders. You know if she's had a facial yet. Maybe she's not tried the new mineral eyeshadows. Maybe she's never tried microdermabrasion. Or maybe she needs new supplements because it's super dry where you live. And try to turn that into a party with 2 friends and say, if you think 25% is great, if you just invite 3 friends and yourself, just because I appreciate you so much, I'm going to give your products at blank discount. Then you ask for a referral, and you offer her a gift when her friend has a complimentary facial. Because, my friends, if you're not asking for referrals, you're missing out on so much. I remember doing a facial on this one girl and asking for a referral, and she referred me to Jackie Root. What would have happened? How much would it have cost me not to ask for a referral from Susan that day? So I asked her for a referral. Then the next point is I asked her if anything has changed in her life with the economy and all, and would she like to maybe hear a little bit more, read a little bit more, meet me for a cup of coffee, be my special guest at the Muffins and Makeover on Saturday morning. But I remind her that she's been a faithful customer for 3.5 years, and I thank her for booking with me, or I tell her I'll deliver her products, whatever it is. But I do a full circle customer service phone call with her, and then the last thing I do is I thank her again, and I just review if we're getting together, or I review her order if she ordered, but I thank her again. If you could teach consultants to do that, to appreciate them first for their loyal patronage to your business, offer her a sale on products she can't refuse, offer her a New Year makeover with minerals, or introduce her to supplements for her skincare, turn it into a party with girlfriends for some more pampering and a more added generous discount, ask for referral, and then ask her if anything's changed, invite her to your success meeting, thank her again. And then I want you to do a few of those customer service calls. Share the results with your unit again at your success meeting. Remember how you share enthusiastically and humbly how grateful you are for the beauty consultants part of your business. You could talk about the preferred customer part of your business and servicing them. So I want you to share those results enthusiastically, and you'll probably be introducing them to one of your customers who decided to become a beauty consultant after investigating the Mary Kay meeting. So when the master masters the skill, when the master, that's you, leads by example, it's much easier to be enthusiastic from that platform of performance. Okay, let me tell you how to be excited at group selling appointments and events. At your success events, it's easy to be passionate about the products when you are using them. It's such a natural way to become enthusiastic. When we just unpacked and got in our room, Jordan said to me, "Mom, how come you have so many products? They're lined up like soldiers." I think we counted 16 products, and I said, I use those every day. 16 products. I use every product that we have every day, morning and night. And because she was like dying, because she doesn't see me every day, but when we travel, she saw them all lined up, and I go right down the line and use them. It's so much easier to sell Mary Kay when you are using those products. It truly is. Let me tell you something else. The product descriptions that are in the lookbook and the beauty book, I'm telling you, the measurable results that the company provides for us in the boxes share the instructions, so we are completely informed. You just need to do the legwork. Whatever it is you've not tried, open one up and treat yourself. I dare you. I would encourage you to go home and try 3 products you've never experienced on your skin and watch your enthusiasm barometer go off the charts when you begin to experience the results that you've only been reading about. Why have a near-life experience with your products when you can have the real-life experience? Try a feature and benefits segment to your success meetings and conference calls. Find someone in your unit who loves and retails a lot of, let's say, microdermabrasion. Give her 5 minutes at your success event to romance, educate, and sell them to the beauty consultant. Then you won't believe how great she'll be. She'll read everything about that. She'll give the greatest commercial in the whole wide world. Then you let her give a challenge to the consultants to sell 2 sets that week, and the one who retails the most sets gets a prize. The next week, hand the baton to another beauty consultant to choose a product to do research on, to do an infomercial, offer a challenge, repeat until you've cycled through all the products. You do the first infomercial so they understand and they have a blueprint to follow. Your entire unit will become excited with knowledge and talk more confidently about the particular products and begin the exploration process of the whole entire line when you initiate this fun way to share enthusiasm. It's so easy to be passionate about products and enthusiastically talk about them if you are sold yourself. Remember how we began this class, enthusiasm, I-A-S-M, I am sold myself. Get beauty consultants sold out on their product line, and the enthusiasm is going to be as natural as sharing your favorite cookie recipe, your favorite shoe store sale, or your favorite movie. Did you realize that your passion can be seen in your body language as a sales director? It can be seen in your facial expressions. It can be seen in your nonverbal gestures. We can surely read beauty consultants when they're sitting forward and they're nodding their heads, they're writing notes, and they're smiling, can't we? And we can also see when their legs are double-crossed and their arms and they're slumped over in their chair and there's this listless look on their faces like, woo-hoo, is anybody home? Like the lights are on, but is anybody home? It's much more fun to go out and conduct some facials, classes, recruit new consultants who you can breathe belief into that are hungry for your mentorship. I vividly remember a season where I looked out at my big $1 million unit and I was not excited about the blank looks and the lack of enthusiasm looking back at me. Have you ever felt like you just did a success meeting? It was your best performance. You stood on your head. You did a tap dance in the audience, and not one person responded. They're just like, you want to go. That's your signal to start adding the new, the excited, and working with the few, even if you have to go do skincare classes in their home. But you want to work with the ones that are eager to perform and bloom. You can generally spot those people because they accept every unit contest and challenge you put in front of them, regardless of the prize. They're the ones that are on your unit conference calls first. They're at your success meetings to introduce you to their guest. They're the last ones to leave. They help you carry things out to your car. These are your potential future leaders that you want to invest time in. And if you don't have any of those, the good news is you can. In any given month, if you decide to bronze, silver, or gold medal on your personal team, you need to do it anyway because you absolutely, every single one of you must raise your hand and make a commitment that you will sparkle and shine so beauty consultants can see that you lead by example, standing on the platform, performing director. I will sparkle and shine. I will sparkle and shine. Personal affirmations. Make sure beauty consultants know what they are. Make sure you have a positive affirmation. I want you to know that I have 2 offspring sales directors that debuted as twins because I had a star consultant event at my home. They showed up. We made affirmation CDs. They listened. They both took them, and they were in my unit 10 years and 13 years. And guess what? That positive affirmation that they created saying I'll be on stage as a director is the reason why they held arms both on my side and became sales directors after 10 and 13 years. Positive affirmations matter. So I want you to know that. So in closing, my enthusiastic and charismatic leader friends, your dream awaits you when you limit the boundaries of your excuses. Limit the boundaries of your excuses. Find reasons to succeed and become that passionate and contagious leader that others will follow. And your best day is today, and the next 6 months can be explosive if you choose. God bless you. Choose well.